So I feel like Die My Love definitely kind of came out of nowhere, right? All of a sudden, there's this new movie coming out with Robert Pattinson and Jennifer Lawrence. They're just this crazy couple, and they're trying to kill each other, right? That's what it seems like. Title's called Die My Love. And this movie was anything but dealing with death, unfortunately, right? I was kind of a little let down, right? It's called Die My Love. I was kind of hoping for a little bit of death. But it's just a toxic movie. That's all it is. Everyone in this movie is toxic as fuck. All right, so the film follows Jackson and Grace, played by Robert Pattinson and Jennifer Lawrence, right? As they move into their new house. It's Jackson's uncle's house after he passed away. They inherited his house. And they are just toxic together. They're just like this random punk couple, finding their way through the world, moving into this new house. But they live in the middle of nowhere, right? For whatever reason. It's like this random, nice little country house, miles away from probably the nearest town or city. And they're just living out there together. Jackson has a job in the city doing whatever it is that he does. And Grace, I guess, is a stay-at-home mom because she ends up finding out she's pregnant. Now, Jackson is just a piece of shit, right? Turns out he's a drunk. He just loves drinking. They end up having the baby. Grace is nothing but an enabler, right? She pretty much enables his drinking, enables his shitty habits and personality. He's not a man at all, and doesn't do anything to stand up for his woman or child. He's just kind of a piece of shit, right? And so you really do feel like Grace is just going to lose her shit and end up, psychoing his ass or something. And it turns out he's like cheating on her and wasting money and whenever he's out in the city at work, supposedly. And then she's just literally a stay-at-home mom, just staying at home, taking care of the kid. No friends, nobody coming over to see her, barely, she has his family to talk to. That's about it. And she almost does kind of lose it. And ends up doing all this shit and killing he comes home with like a dog. She ends up throwing herself through a window, all this nonsense, right? And then after all of that, he goes, will you marry me? Because he really doesn't want to lose her. She's a keeper. Ends up marrying her. They end up getting married, I was shocked. I was like, there's no way she's going to marry him. She fucking marries him. Right after the marriage, she tries to bang the room service attendant, and that I guess doesn't go well. So now she's just a horrible wreck, married to the guy that not only is an absolute piece of shit, but also is just a horrible human being. I mean, this movie is toxic as shit. If you feel you have anything in common with any of the characters, you are just an overall bad person, right? Because Jackson is an absolute piece of shit. He's no man, not taking care of his woman, wife, or family. And then Grace, again, she's an enabler. She is just someone that just takes the punches and just starts going crazier and crazier. And again, I thought she was going to pull a knife out and just kill him and just stab him in his sleep. And it was going to be like, die, my love. There you go. One final battle. Because the trailer made it seem way more suspenseful and thrilling than it actually was. So I was, again, very let down that there was no death in the movie titled Die, My Love. It's like they want their love to die so bad, but they keep flourishing it. They keep trying to get it to come back, and it's just not going to work. But that is how people are nowadays, right? That's how a lot of couples are, how a lot of relationships are, where they're in these toxic relationships that they just can't seem to get out of, where the husband is abusive mentally or physically. I guess that's the one thing good about the movie is there's no real physical abuse. It's all fucking mental. But then there's also women that stay with men like that, and they like shit like that. And it's just, I'll never understand it, right? But if you have anything in common with either of those two characters, you are just bad news, and you just don't need to be in a relationship right now, or you need to find someone better, or not be with someone at all. But yeah, it was an absolute wild film, and I felt like the trailer was a lie, and I just thought it was going to be a lot cruder than it was. And granted, it did make me wish Robert Pattinson's character died in the end, because he is an absolute piece of shit. I mean, when he proposes to her and she says yes, I almost fell out of my chair. I was so shocked. I was like, really? Like, this guy is the absolute worst, and you want to marry him? You want to legally bind yourself to this asshole? Like, whatever. I guess he's the father of your fucking child. But, there are women that just get out of situations like that, and they just live life on their own without that piece of shit weighing them down, and raise their child on their own. It can happen. That's what step parents are for, right? But yeah, it was not what I thought it was going to be, and it was definitely a bit of a letdown, considering, the trailers just made it seem so much crazier than it actually was. And it was just two toxic people that just can't get away from each other because they love each other so much, and they just want that love to die. Not today, to die. But yeah, so, check it out if you want, but it's not as good as everyone made it seem like it was going to be. And for coming out of nowhere, that made it even more of a letdown for me personally. So take with that what you will. Check it out. Die, my love, or not. probably don't watch it. Just focus on your relationships and make your relationships grander and better than they are, or continue making them great if they are. So yeah, maybe you don't need to see this one. But yeah, this has been Ghost and Craig. Thank you so much for tuning in, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video.